Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about wraps. I made a video a while back when we first found out that Aptera was going to use wraps on their car. And at that time, the assumption is that they were going to use vinyl wraps since that's the most common wrap material. And this was something that was somewhat concerning to a lot of us because vinyl wraps don't last very long, especially when exposed to sunlight. So vinyl graphics, just like paint, are degraded by prolonged exposure to sun and atmospheric pollutants, especially on the horizontal surfaces such as the hood, trunk lid, and roof, whenever possible store in the garage or in a shaded area during the day. Um, and then if you look at how long does a vinyl wrap last, they say numerous factors determine its longevity, including climate, sun exposure, and number of washings. If you're driving the car almost every day, the wrap might last 2 years or so. Otherwise, vinyl wraps have a life expectancy of around 5 years. And in fact, um, 3M, which is the major manufacturer of vinyl wraps, does not give any kind of warranty on their vinyl wraps in states like Arizona and California where there's a lot of sun exposure. And they state that it will last 5 to 7 years in areas that are flat vertical surfaces. So not the horizontal surfaces, the vertical surfaces, um, if not exposed to sunlight. So they'll guarantee them for about that long if they're not exposed to sunlight, which is a problem on a solar electric vehicle because you're expected to put it out in the sun. So we addressed some concerns about that, reached out to Aptera, and we're hoping that they would either give us a pigmented um, composite, so just put the pigment in the composite, um, or just not, or paint it, or not wrap it and just put the pigment in. But the problem when I asked them about the pigment was that it's very hard to get a consistent appearance of pigment across different types of materials. Like the material in the body is going to be different than the material in the pillars, which is going to be different than the material in the nose cone, which is different than the material in the wheel shrouds here. So they're all different materials, and without paint, you can't make them look consistent, even if you put pigment in there. So it would just be slightly off, and it would look weird. And so they thought that that was going to be difficult. And in the recent Gamma reveal, they reiterated they are going to be wrapping the vehicle. It is going to be a wrap, mainly because paint shops are extremely expensive. They're pretty tough on the environment, and so they're going with a wrap. Now, recently someone told me about something called paint protection films, which is different than a vinyl wrap. Um, and so a vinyl wrap is what we thought they were going with because that's the only kind of wrap I'd heard of. But now there's this thing called paint protection film. Well, I guess it's been around for a while. I was just not aware of it. And paint protection film is different in that it's a thermoplastic polyurethane and it's made to protect uh, the paint from sunlight. So the thing is designed to uh, uh, protect the paint job from sunlight. It's supposed to withstand sunlight, which is exactly what we want. Um, so if you look at this, they are known to last between 5 to 10 years. So if you get 10 years out of it, I think we're doing really well, especially in sunlight. And then you could rewrap it in 10 years. That would be great. And so instead of being vinyl, it's polyurethane. It's much thicker. It's about twice the thickness of polyurethane. It self-heals. So it has self-healing properties. Um, and you can either get it in glossy or matte, and it's flexible. And you can have the things pre-cut to the panel. So I wonder if that's what Aptera is planning on doing, is wrapping it. And I think that because if you get the full solar package, this hood's going to be one solar panel, the roof is going to be another solar panel, and this hood's going to be another solar panel. So you're not going to wrap these, and these are the areas that are going to get the most sunlight. Then if you wrap this, and this side panel on the bottom, and wrap this part. And remember, they got rid of these chevron solar panels. They're not doing these anymore. So this is going to be wrapped. This is the only part of the car that's wrapped that's going to be a horizontal surface and get a lot of sun exposure. The rest of this underbelly is going to get very little sun exposure. You might get a lot of road debris on here, but I think the paint protection film is going to do well. So I'm pretty sure someone at Aptera is aware of this paint protection film. Um, if not, I hope hopefully one of them's watching this and mentions it to them. But I think, as far as I can tell, this seems to be the far superior film to use over vinyl wraps. It's meant to protect against sunlight. It lasts far longer, 2 to 3 times longer at least, and it's a little bit harder to apply. But I think with a factory install, that shouldn't be much of a problem. It self heals. So I think that's the thing that they should go with. If they're going to wrap it, I vote for paint protection film. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Let me know, did you know about this paint protection film? I had no idea about this product until someone mentioned it to me, but I think it is far better than the vinyl wrap based on the specifications and what I've read. Thanks as always to our supporting members. I appreciate all of you guys, especially our long-standing members, and have a great day, everyone.